Good evening, welcome to Ubuntu channel. And tonight we do have my point of view right here, where we get to give you stories making headlines right in the week, and we get to have reactions or viewpoints coming from the panel from the studio here, and participants out there or followers or viewers get to actually comment right in the comment section or clicking on the link and joining us right live on set. My name is Chaza right here, and welcome to the program. I'll be joined by CJ right here tonight. And tonight will be the two of us right here on the program. CJ is right here with us. CJ, good evening and welcome to the program. CJ, are you there?
Good evening, Chaza. Good evening, viewers. It's a pleasure to be on Ubuntu channel today, and I'm looking forward to an exciting time, even as we look at the trending stories of the week.
Beautiful. It's certainly good to be with you tonight, and I am hopeful that we shall see ourselves through to the program because right now I can see connectivity is already a challenge as regards CJ's connection there. I am hoping that he'll be able to join us. In the meantime, if you just joining us, welcome aboard. This is certainly my point of view, and on this program, we do review trending news and stories of the week, and we get to actually add our voices to these stories. CJ, are you back? Are you there?
Yes, Chaza. Good evening. I hope you can hear me this time around.
Yes, indeed, I can hear you this time around. I think without much ado, let's get straight to the first story and we see you on the other side.
First of all, we had heard about an inferno, which happened, I think, 4 days ago. And then another one happened in one of those dormitories. Now, I'm told yesterday there was another inferno. But we had already indicated to take the police who were that side, and they're still doing investigations. Now, it has now come to my attention to say that we cannot keep the kids whilst we do investigations under stress. And I know the parents have been calling me to say that how do we still keep the kids who are now actually stressed out of the inferno that they had the first day and the second day. And I'm told last night there was another inferno. So we'll keep it closed now. With immediate effect, the school is closed, temporarily closed, not because there's anything to worry about, but there's something to fear about stress. We cannot keep the kids stressed for a long time.
That is our first story about Kapiri Technical School, Kapiri Girls Technical School, and it's a very unfortunate development there. A series of inferno or burnings right at the school's dormitories. CJ, your reaction? CJ, are you there? Appear CJ is having a serious, challenge with connectivity there. And earlier on, just like I indicated, it is a very unfortunate, development there at Kapiri Girls Secondary School there. I do agree, with the minister there with the temporal closure of the school because looking at what has been happening, a series of, burnings or a series of, infernal occurrences, you know, uh, children or schoolgirls, pupils would definitely be terrified by, what is happening. And I don't think their psychological, status would allow them to learn properly right there at that school. So this time around that the school has temporarily been closed, it is believed that, the psychological status will stabilize, for the pupils as they get to await, the reopening. My colleague right here is having a serious, problem. Let's see if we can get to the next story and hoping that you'll be able to join us.
Zambia recorded 31,000 divorce cases in 2022, which poses a threat to the institution of marriage. Couples decide to divorce due to various reasons, such as gender-based violence, adultery, cruelty, among others. Yet children are mostly the ones to suffer the consequences, arising from the story of a 9-year-old boy of Chilanga's Linda compound who was abandoned by the father in December last year. Some stakeholders have reacted to it. Advocacy for Child Justice Executive Director Josephat Njovu has expressed concerns over the matter and has advised parents not to let children suffer the repercussion of their decisions.
The story of a child who has been neglected or abandoned by a parent makes a very sad reading, a very sad situation, especially that the child represents a lot of children that are going through untold miseries and difficult situations as a result of divorces that are happening. And I think statistics have shown that we have an increase in number in terms of divorces in the country, which even last, I think sometime back, I think the president also alluded to that, and that's a concern to the nation and to all stakeholders in the country, and especially that that marriages bring out results into children that are born, and the children become vulnerable, and naturally children are vulnerable, and once a couple divorces, it has a very negative impact on the child, the development of the child, psychological, socially. You find that even a child may even not develop as they're supposed to develop. So those are some of the negative effects that come as a result of divorces.
He further calls on other stakeholders to help in taking care of children.
For the parents, to the parents, I think there is need also, maybe also I start with the government, all stakeholders. Of course, there is civil society organizations out there that are actually, encouraging good parenting, teaching and coming with interventions that helping parents to be good parents, despite the situation, whether divorced or not. I think a parent must remain positive and make sure that they take care of their children. I know situations may be very difficult, but then it's not an excuse, for any parent whatsoever, whatever happens actually in your life, a child should not suffer.
Joanne Mwete reporting for Movie TV News in Lusaka.
Indeed, Lucky Dube sang that if you divorce your wife, think about the children. Children are definitely victims in cases of divorce, and the divorce cases are truly on an alarming level. So those that are getting into marriages right now, I think you need to think twice. Getting into a marriage, is not all rosy. It's in circumstances that things are smoothly flowing, and some circumstances the road is rough. So despite being rough, you need to be ready to actually stick to your spouse, because a marriage is a union of two people, a man and a woman, for life. So if you can condone, the behaviors of the other person, then you are fit enough to be in a marriage relationship. Yet again, if the union, the relationship is so toxic that you are actually having your life at risk, it is advisable that you go separate ways. And if it comes to that, remember, think about the children. CJ, are you right there? Right, CJ is definitely having, serious challenges, and I would like to agree with this organization, whose intention or obligation is, to ensure that parents are actually educated, to take care of their children, regardless of their relationship, be it that they are married or not married, divorced or not divorced. You really need to take care of your children. Remember, that is your own blood. That's a product of your union as man and woman, or man and wife. This is Ubuntu channel. Remember, this is my points of view, and we are still right here on the program revealing the stories of the week. Let's proceed to the next story.
With about 5 more months before government takes the proposed national budget to Parliament, various stakeholders have already started making submissions. And stakeholders in the manufacturing sector have gathered to share with Finance Minister Tumbeko Msokotwane what they want the 2024 budget to look like. The Zambia Association for Manufacturers outlined a number of issues they want addressed.
We are asking for airway bills on VAT 18. This is on the e-commerce platform. We have members who are exporting to Amazon in the US using an airway bill. On reducing VAT, Honorable Minister, we have given our reasoning on how much will it affect. If we go down to 14%, what is the net effect? Because the refund will also go down. The refund, if someone is paying 14 at the border, his refund capacity will also go down. Our net effect may actually be very minimal when we look at the total picture, but will spur consumption in the economy.
Other key players in the manufacturing sector took turns to explain how the proposal in the budget will help the country steer the industrialization agenda.
And again, us as social auditors, we need to see that the same taxes collected are being channeled to making sure that the manufacturing landscape is conducive, so much we can compete competitively.
We as a manufacturer would request introducing a 20% SGS on the importation of fabric from outside Zambia, including SADC and COMESA countries.
Dr. Msokotwane took note of the submissions made by the players in the manufacturing sector.
We are very much aware that taxes can either promote growth or kill growth. This is why we like gatherings such as this, so that we can be guided. We are very clear in our minds that tax must be used as an instrument for growing the economy.
As they wrapped up the pre-budget meeting, ZAM is hopeful that their submissions will be taken into consideration. Ruth Chainda, ZNBC News, Lusaka.
CJ, are you here with us?
Charles, I hope you're able to hear me this time around.
Yes, I can get you. It's very unfortunate that we keep losing you. Before we lose you, what's your reaction to the current story?
Okay, just connectivity issues. I'll start with just the previous story, the manufacturing one. Mm-hmm. Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah. So it is very important for us to have industries. You know, when we have different industries operating, it means in terms of production, we'll be able to produce different goods, and there will be more employment, and it's good for the country. That's one of the things that we really need to work on as a country. If there's no production, then we're not going anywhere, because everything is consumption. It means money has to keep on going out. Money has to keep on going out. We're importing so many things. The dollar is high. So if the manufacturing industry can really be boosted and be given, whether it's incentives, so that we have more manufacturing plants being set up and a lot of manufacturing activity going on, that would be good for our country. I'll go back to the other story about the abandoned child. Very unfortunate indeed. Very unfortunate incident. I don't know whether it's the way that society and morals have kind of gone down. It's like marriage has stopped being given the respect, the honor that it used to have. People these days easily jump into marriage and out of marriage based on all sorts of reasons, okay? And as a result, you find all these things going on. Marriage should not be a thing that a person just wakes up and you just jump into it just like that. It's supposed to be a commitment that you make after you have made sure you've covered the basics and everything is set for a commitment for life, a partnership for life. Nowadays we've casualized a lot of things, vantu vakwatirana for all sorts of reasons, even reasons siyapangana sense maningi. As a result, you find all these things going on. Vazapasana mamimba vantu, simple things, failing, even issues that they could resolve if they were sat down and families came in, other ways, and reconciliation cannot be put on the table. There are all these other gender issues, yes, equal rights and all these things being handled on the extreme that are causing, marriages not to function the way they are supposed to function. All in all, I think there is need to revisit morality and help couples before they get into marriage, ensure they've had proper counseling, they are getting into marriage on a good foundation, because when a marriage breaks, the children get to suffer. Then again, in toxic marriages, again, it's not recommended to kunkalira mchikati just for the sake of the children. That's why we are seeing all sorts of things, couples killing each other and all those things. So the institution of marriage, I think churches need to come in, and the mindset where these weddings are just ceremonial and a show-off thing, is supposed to be changed, and people are supposed to look at the real value and get back to the basics of marriage, its sanctity, and the values that are supposed to be there. There was the other story. What was the first story? Please
the
remind
story
me.
was about Kapiri Tech, the issue of the inferno, the repeated inferno occurrences at Kapiri Girls Technical School.
Oh yes. Very unfortunate situation indeed. And yes, the minister did well to have the school closed, because children cannot concentrate, they can't focus, and I would say the environment is not safe, where every other day a fire here, there. Vana wafunika bali safe. Okay, vana wafunika mitima nyonkala, they are able to concentrate on the studies and everything that is going on in the school environment. If such things keep on coming up, they lose concentration. Again, it's a hazard to them. And yes, the ministry and authorities need to really look into this and ensure that everything is resolved and pupils can get back to class in an environment that is safe and where their minds are settled and they can focus on the studies. Thank you, Chaza. I'll end here.
Thank you so much. And indeed, we hope that out of the investigation, they will be able to find the real cause of those infernos and get to mitigate them. Thank you so much, CJ. We greatly appreciate, and it's good to actually, have you here. Let's get to the next story, and on the other side, we get to have reactions.
These were the only structures Katendo and Kande primary schools using before the introduction of the huge Constituency Development Fund, CDF, by President Hakainde Hichilema and the New Dawn government. Now the story is different as the two schools have received a gift of a 1x3 classroom block each. Kabompo area Member of Parliament Ambrose Lufuma handed over the dual structures to the two separate communities.
They are going into a modern structure. And this is all because of the programs that the New Dawn government has put in place, especially the CDF, which is our flagship program. CDF is designed to do a lot of things, amongst them construction of infrastructure such as schools.
And Mr. Lufuma, who is also the Minister of Defense, said there is an influx of pupils in schools due to free education.
We are all aware that with the introduction of free education, there's an influx of our children, kids coming into school, pupils. Those who are not able to come into school are now coming because the parents maybe did not have enough money to take them to school, but now that is free, they are all coming.
Meanwhile, the acting District Education Board Secretary Kenneth Malichi said Constituency Development Fund CDF is improving infrastructure development.
Increase the Constituency Development Fund is improving infrastructure development in the district and the province as a whole.
The school and the entire community would like to thank this government, popularly known as the New Dawn government, under the leadership of His Excellency, our beloved and hard-working President Hakainde Hichilema.
I stand here today, I'm very happy to the New Dawn government that has given us the new block, a 1x3 classroom. I say thank you and God bless you.
I wish to acknowledge the massive achievements made by the New Dawn government through the leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia.
Mike Uvuya, ZNBC News in Kabompo District.
Some jubilations there in Kabompo district for, two classroom, blocks of 3 classrooms, each donated to those respective schools. Some people are saying CDF is not even, impacting anything at all. It's just, some kind of rhetoric. But we are seeing parcels of, jubilations in some, parts of the country. CJ, your reaction to this story?
Well, it is very good to see that CDF is yielding results. In the past, there used to be a lot of problems in terms of people accessing the CDF, you'd find they would make their applications and the year would end and funds have not reached. This is a very good thing, and it's good that government has managed to work on some of the bottlenecks that were there. Would encourage them to continue making sure that the processes are made easier and funds really get to flow, so that we see more projects being done, and you know, the different constituencies and areas of the country can get to really benefit from the increased CDF that government has made available. That's my submission on that one.
Thank you so much. And indeed, the saying goes that where there's a will, there's a way. So if you don't believe that CDF is a reality and you can make use of it, definitely you'll not benefit out of it. This is Ubuntu Channel's My Point of View, and we make progression to the next story and see you on the other side.
We are happy today. We are happy today. We are happy today.
So we continue to live stream right here at Woodlands Police Station. I think in the picture right here you can see Honorable Raphael Nakachinda also coming here to show solidarity. You can see a cake in his hands. We understand that we understand that today is actually Honorable Given Rubinda's birthday, even as much as he appearing.
Some of these stories that we get to see, every day, they look like, comedy, but believe you me, they are real stories that are happening. And we had, such happening when, Given Rubinda was in the jail cell, And you know, on a day he was celebrating his birthday, and such was shown in terms of solidarity. Cakes brought and you know, songs sung for him while in the jail cell. And to every story, it appears, you know, there's a political connotation there. And what can we say? My guest right here has fallen off yet again, and there isn't much to say as regards, you know, those two stories, in terms of reaction. Much of it is just informational as regards, what took place there, you know, regarding, the incarceration of, Given Lulinda there. I think for now we can actually come to a close of the program tonight. It's been a great time having you following the program, despite the technical hitches that we've had. You have still been with us. We greatly appreciate. Till next time, from myself and CJ, I'm saying God bless you all.